Well, it's December and you know what that means. It's Christmas time. The best time of the year is back, baby. While other holidays are fine and good, Christmas is easily the best time of the year. There are so many great things about Christmas, whether it's spending time with family, eating, decorating the Christmas tree, or, of course, watching Christmas specials. There are so many that you feel like you have to watch them every single holiday season. Well, I'm here to give you the harsh reality that Christmas specials aren't always as good as Christmas itself. Especially if the people making it also made such classics as Aladdin 2, Cinderella 2, Beauty and the Beast 3. Hello everybody, TC Mack here, and let's talk about Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. While not as bad as the previous mentioned movies, yeah, I can't really say it's very good either. Which is funny because when I was younger, I used to really like watching this around Christmas time. But now that I'm older and I've gotten more critical about movies, yeah, it's not nearly as good as I remember. But does that mean it's terrible? Meh. Let's look at the story. Or stories, I should say, as there's 5 of them. Yeah, this is one of those movies. Because as we know, those turned out great in the past. Please help me. The first one is about Minnie Mouse and Daisy Duck going skating in a competition. They call out saying it's Minnie Mouse's turn to go skating, and then Daisy Duck just gets jealous for some reason. Yeah, they don't really explain that part very well. Even when I was younger and not very critical, I still didn't really get that part. And they have to learn the true meaning of friendship, even though Minnie isn't in the wrong at all, and Daisy's just being a jerk. The only positive I can say about this story is that it's pretty cool seeing the alligators and hippos from Fantasia again, I guess. The next story is about Huey, Dewey, and Louie thinking that they are on the naughty list. Uncle Scrooge has a talk with the boys saying that they should make sure they don't grow up to be greedy like he was. And in the end, he turned out to be rich, and even the boys point this out. But Scrooge tells them that because he was on the naughty list his whole life, he never got what he always wanted, a bagpipe. Even though he could have, bought one, because he's, a millionaire. Seriously, Scrooge, you're basically telling the boys the only reason why you should be good is so you can be on the nice list. So the boys think about it and come to the conclusion that there's no way that they can be on the nice list this year because they've been so bad. So what is their plan to try get on the nice list? Maybe be good? Nope, go to the North Pole and try to put their names on it. Yeah, you really got Scrooge's message, didn't you? So they go to the North Pole and basically trash the place. Then what you think is going to happen next, not surprisingly, happens next. They have a change of heart, they help clean up, and then they apologize. Is there anything I like about this segment? Well, actually, yeah, there are a couple things. I've always liked Huey, Dewey, and Louie as characters, so for the fact that they are the main characters in this part immediately makes it 100 times better than the last segment. But the other thing I really like about this part is actually how they get themselves on the good list. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it's one of the few really good things about this movie. The next segment is about Max and his girlfriend, not Roxanne, coming home to Goofy's house for Christmas. But Max is afraid that he might get embarrassed by his wacky dad. A thing that was done a million times better in a Goofy movie. But it's okay. Max learns to love his dad with the help of a really bad pop song. I felt like their relationship wasn't done very good here. Because in a Goofy movie, it was a whole hour-and-a-half movie. Here, it's just a little segment of an hour-long movie. Therefore, they don't have as much time to devote to Goofy and Max's father-son relationship. Especially that this segment is only 5 minutes long. I probably do prefer this segment over the first segment, but yeah, it isn't very good. The next segment is about Donald Duck being a big grouch about Christmas. All he wants to do is stay home and drink hot cocoa. It seems everywhere Donald goes, somehow the "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" song is playing. But the way it is makes me feel like I would get just as annoyed as he would. And I love Christmas, so that's kind of saying a lot. The way it happened is also honestly a little creepy. Did Sid want everything to play "We Wish You a Merry Christmas"? But it's okay, because Donald learns not to be a grump. While I can understand them making Donald kind of the bad guy because he wants to stay at home and drink hot cocoa instead of spending time with his family, what I don't like is that they make him look like a really bad guy just because he doesn't love Christmas. So overall, no, this was not a very good segment either. Our next story is about Mickey Mouse and his relationship with Pluto. You know, for a movie called Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, they should wait a long time for the story about Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is having a big Christmas party, and he tells Pluto not to put the star on top of the tree till he can help him. So just guess what you think happens. Pluto decides to disobey him and try put the star on anyways, resulting in the party getting ruined, and Mickey Mouse getting mad and yelling at him because of the obvious situation. But Pluto leaves because Mickey was apparently too hard on him. Yeah, it's one of those stories. So Pluto decides to run away, yeah, pretty drastic move, and he jumps on a train that happens to be going to the North Pole, where he runs into Santa's reindeer who are unfunny in almost every way.
Remember now, easy on the grub. We've all read the story. We're supposed to be a tiny reindeer.
What?
Wow, did you really make that one reindeer fat just for that cringy, really unfunny joke? Why don't we make one of the reindeer a black guy so we can make a racist joke while we're at it? So after Mickey finds out Pluto is gone, he goes looking for him, but unfortunately he has no luck. So, what does he do? He goes and asks Santa to bring Pluto back. Good thing Pluto happens to conveniently be at the North Pole. So Santa brings Pluto back to Mickey, they meet up, and they all have their Christmas party. Is there anything good about this segment? Yes, there is one good thing about this segment. I found this really funny image when I was editing, and let's just say, I really hope the internet catches on to this and turns it into a meme, because that would be wonderful. It's a true work of art, worthy of any Christmas card. Speaking of visuals, let's talk about the animation. One thing you can easily notice by just looking at it is that it doesn't have a very high budget. Even with that in mind, I don't really think it's that bad. The characters move very natural like they should. I don't know who is in charge of them, but the designs of the side characters are very, very bad. It's one of those instances where maybe they look good on paper, but in CG they just don't fit that well. I mean, that lady looks like she's from Ratatouille. Thankfully though, the CG versions of the characters we all know and love look good, but I must say, Max's girlfriend just hurts to look at. Maybe that's why his segment was shorter than the others. And I don't know who is in charge of them, but the elves are so terribly designed. The texturing though isn't very good, except for the main characters. It's almost as if they threw all of their efforts into the main characters and didn't make the side characters till the last minute. So overall, even though it's not really bad, I can't really say the animation is good. Is there anything else good about this movie? Yes, there actually is something good I like about it. Not just a funny image I think would be good for a meme. All of the characters we've come to know and love, like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, are all in character like they should be. So even though it's not really good, I can't bring myself to say it's a bad movie because there are some good things in it. Heck, I would even go as far as to recommending it if you are really in the Christmas spirit. Obviously my rating is going to be a bit subjective because I remember watching this when I was younger around Christmas time. But I'm going to go right down the middle and give it a 5 out of 10 on its own because there are some good things and some not so good things. But it gets a 7 out of 10 if it's around Christmas time and you are really in the Christmas spirit. Even though it's really not that good, I'm still probably gonna pull it out each year to watch. I guess you could say this is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. And don't worry, my next review will be much more positive. I'm not gonna say what it is, but let's just say it's this movie done right. And until next time, have a great rest of the holiday season.
Christmas list, there's a wish I hope will come true, that this holiday one step closer to